If I told you that the first woman in US history to command and fly combat helicopter missions didn't die in battle, but in the silence that followed it, would you believe me? She broke through not one, not two, but three barriers. In a world that never expected her to rise, she made history, she made headlines. But just when her story should have ended in triumph, it took a devastating turn. Therefore, this isn't just the story of a soldier, it's a story of legacy, of sacrifice, and of a moment that changed the course of military history. Born on January 3rd, 1959, in Oradell, New Jersey, Marie Therese Rossi was the third of four children in a quiet working-class family. Her father handled books, her mother handled numbers, and Marie, she handled dreams that most young girls didn't dare whisper. At Dickinson College, she studied psychology, but what truly shaped her destiny was a choice to join ROTC. Three things would define her early life: her drive, her discipline, and her decision to fly. Army Flight School at Fort Rucker wasn't built for the faint of heart, and it certainly wasn't designed with women in mind. But in 1985, Marie Rossi wasn't just accepted, she was made class leader of an elite officer program commemorating the rebirth of Army aviation. She flew the powerful CH-47 Chinook, a giant in the sky. She didn't just fly missions, she commanded them. And in 1990, she married another pilot, Chief Warrant Officer John Caton, forming what many called the skybound couple. The Gulf War was brewing, and with it came the unthinkable. A woman would lead helicopters into combat. On the eve of the ground invasion, in 1991, Marie was ready. Her company, part of the 101st Airborne Division, was tasked with flying fuel and ammunition across dangerous terrain. She was poised, calm, focused, but just hours before liftoff, officials considered pulling her from the mission, perhaps fearing what history would say if she didn't return. On February 24, 1991, Major Rossi Caton led her unit 50 miles into Iraq in the opening hours of the assault. For days, her company ferried supplies that kept the front line alive. Then came March 1st. The ceasefire was in place. The gunfire had stopped. The war was technically over, but war has a cruel echo. That day, her helicopter crashed into an unlit microwave tower in northern Saudi Arabia. There was no enemy fire. No combat engagement, just silence, metal, and heartbreak. Marie was laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery with full military honors. She never got to return home, to hold her husband again, or to reflect on the doors she had kicked open. But her name lives on in every female pilot who steps into a cockpit today. Therefore, we don't remember her just as the first. We remember her as the one who proved it could be done and paid the price for it. Major Marie Therese Rossi Caton, the first woman to fly into war, a commander, a trailblazer, a name that should never be forgotten.